Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits. So get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Dr. Gabriella Garcia, Executive Director of Storyteller. Welcome, Dr. Garcia.
Oh, Gabriella, please. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm so glad you're here, Gabriella. You have such a big story to tell, and I know there are a lot of updates. So tell us all the exciting things going on at Storyteller.
Oh, where do I start? It has been a very exciting year, beginning with our rebrand. That I think has really re-energized the organization and the way that we interact with people and how we're also serving our families and students. So it's been really exciting. I urge everyone to check it out at wearestoryteller.org. It is incredibly beautiful, and it really encompasses our entire story and how we have come so far from the small roped off section, in the transition house parking lot.
I remember that.
Yeah, to, having 3 campuses now in Santa Barbara, which is huge. So, in really focusing on how we are serving families, it was the center of what we wanted to do with our rebrand, right? How we are really changing the lives and acting as a true social change organization in our community. So it is very vibrant and bright, and I love it so much. So I would love for everybody to check it out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Those are words that I would have used to describe Storyteller. So tell us more about the rebrand and how that process is affecting the way that you're thinking about things and even the way that you're interacting with the children and the families.
Yeah, I love that question. We started with making sure that all of our families, our constituents, right, and also our stakeholders had a say in where we were going with our rebrand. So we rebranded from Storyteller Children's Center to just Storyteller because we are truly helping families rewrite their stories and giving them the tools to do so. That was one way, right? And really making sure that we were capturing everyone's experience and how they saw us and how they saw our work. So that was great. And what really came of it is this logo that looks like almost a pinwheel, and it can take different shapes, right? It kind of looks like a happy face. It also kind of looks like a person, but it encompasses all of these different colors that mean things. So, based on color psychology and as a trauma-informed program, we really focus on all of the little details, right? Making sure that everything has an intention and is strategic. So vibrant colors like yellow because of happiness and blue because that's a calming color. So all of those things really went into this rebrand that means a lot to us and has really encompassed, how far we've come in our journey over the last 36 years.
36 years.
Yeah.
I love the idea of a family, what did you say, rewriting or
rewriting their stories. Yeah, we're really giving them the opportunity and the tools to rewrite their stories as their partner in this journey.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Can you think of an example of a family that has rewritten their story because of coming to Storyteller?
Yeah, I can think of several, but one of my favorites is a dad shared a few years ago that in coming to Storyteller as a single father, not knowing how he was going to, keep his child safe during the day while he went to work, and then getting to know the families. He said, and this is like one of my favorite quotes, that Storyteller provided some of the safest 8 hours in a day that a lot of these kids get during the week, right? And that was so impactful. He is now, thriving, and his son is thriving, and we love to get updates like that. He actually works for Santa Barbara City College and
Oh,
has
man.
just really come so far, and hearing him say that he was so thankful to Storyteller for giving him those tools because he didn't even know the importance of, reading to his child every
Oh,
night or
gosh.
having conversations about emotions and self-regulation and things like that. That was really awesome. And then I think one of my favorite stories from the last year has been a mom who was a victim of domestic violence,
Mhm.
and she is now a UCSB student. Her daughter went through our program and had the 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 tools that she needed to succeed, and it gave her the opportunity to go to school, to go to work, but her daughter was also safe during the day, and she
Mm.
had 2 meals and a snack daily and restorative sleep and
Oh.
had therapy on site, right? So that she
Mm.
could overcome and help
Yes,
mitigate
yes.
the effects of being a witness to violence. And so, a lot of our families have similar stories. Everyone comes to us with some form of a trauma background,
Mhm.
everything from experiencing homelessness to living in poverty, perhaps
Mhm.
domestic violence, food insecurity, whatever it may be. We meet the families where they're at and become their partners so that they can help their children and then truly rewrite their stories for the future, breaking those cycles of poverty and trauma.
Wow. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So do you work directly with the parents then as well?
Our teachers are very close in partnering with the families as well as our therapists. We have a partnership with Calm that
Oh.
is one of our greatest partnerships that we offer
Mhm.
in our program, and so they do work with the parents. Yes, we also have parenting classes monthly, and so the whole idea is to serve the entire family unit
Mhm.
so that they
Mhm.
are all on the same page and they are all helping each other and giving them the tools to do that.
Wow, and so how about the cost of going there?
Oh, the $1,000,000 question.
Yes, I bet everybody would, "Hey, I wanna go there, I wanna send
Right.
my child."
Yeah, Storyteller is a $3,000,000 organization. That
Mhm.
is our, overhead for the year, and, it comes out down to about $40,000 per child
Mhm.
because everything is included. The
Mm.
meals per day, the teachers teaching, in our early childhood education classes, we
Mhm.
have 6 classrooms that we serve, our students from 6 weeks of age to 5 years of age, and so all of that, has a cost, but there is no cost to our families.
Oh gosh,
Um,
no cost to the families.
Right, and that's huge because we want to give high quality, trauma-informed early childhood education with all of the resources that we're able to provide, right, at no cost because they do all live under the poverty line.
Mm.
And in Santa Barbara, there is a big discrepancy in terms of
Yes.
income, and we really try to mitigate any burden on our families.
Gosh. So therefore, I bet you accept financial donations that are tax deductible because you're a 501(c)(3).
That is correct. We do have very loyal donors, and we are always looking for opportunities to partner with other donors who are passionate about early
Mhm.
childhood education, about mitigating the long-term effects of chronic stress in children. And that does come out for every dollar invested in early childhood education and early intervention. There is an average of a $7 to $9 return
Wow.
later in society.
Geez.
And that is because we can mitigate chronic illness, we can
Mhm.
mitigate incarceration, and all of these things will come back
Mhm.
to reap the benefits. And so we value our donors, and actually our income is from 60% of our income is from individual donors.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And so I bet a person could, for example, go on your website. I bet you have a donate now button.
We absolutely do. We
Good.
love that button. And so our website is wearestoryteller.org, and folks can go online and make a donation. It is tax deductible, and you really do help to change the trajectory of
Mhm.
our children's lives with the funds that we receive. Like I said, everything from our food program, 2 meals and a snack daily, which is often all that a child gets to eat in a day,
Mhm.
to providing the materials for learning and for our mental health and behavioral health services
Mm.
as well.
And I bet they could even, like some people like to write an actual physical check from their IRA. And so they could do that as well. They could write a check and bring it
Absolutely.
by or put it in the mail or.
Absolutely. All of our addresses are on our website,
Mhm.
but we have 3 sites across Santa Barbara, one at Upper State, which is 2115 State Street,
Okay.
at 2121 De La Vina Street, and
Okay.
our newest site that we opened 2 years ago,
Mhm.
is at Transition House, and that's the infant care center.
And that's where you first started it, didn't you?
Our first little roped off area was
Yeah.
in the parking lot at Transition
Oh my
House many
gosh.
years ago, and it has evolved so much since then, and we are very fortunate to still have some of the founding board members
Oh,
still serve on our
really?
board, right.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I
wow.
mean, which just goes to show the investment in the community
Yes.
and the importance of the services that we provide.
Gosh. And all this has been happening under your leadership. Wowee.
I am very fortunate to lead this organization. It has a very just tender place in my heart, especially as a mother,
Mhm.
watching children learn and grow and play who are safe to express themselves is so important.
Mhm.
It is really truly beautiful to watch them evolve. We are now, as we offer a full continuum of care from 6 weeks of age to 5 years of age,
Mm.
has been really incredible to see. We have had 6 children now go through the full continuum of care in just their 2 years, which is amazing, and it's really special to see, but definitely so. 95% of the brain is formed by the age of 6,
Oh,
and
by
it
6.
by 6, and it is such a huge it well, I should say it's such a small period of time,
Mhm.
but such a huge opportunity for learning and growth and really establishing the tools that will last a lifetime.
Gosh, that's important to know.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, by 6. And I know you built a really strong, admirable team as well.
Yes, we are very proud of our team. We have awesome teachers across all 6 of our classrooms, from our infant classrooms to our preschool classrooms, and, as well as our development team who's
Mhm.
really out there helping us
Oh,
to fundraise to support these programs and create events every year, like our annual gala. That's very fun.
yeah,
I know I've
you have.
seen you at events. Seen you out on the dance floor before, which is
Yeah.
amazing, and just watching the community come together to
Yes.
celebrate what we do and to celebrate how far our families have come is incredible. So I encourage everybody to also keep an eye out for our events on our website.
Yeah, on your website, they can go there, find out, "Hey, when's the next one happening, and
Absolutely.
where is it, and what time?" And that's exactly how I would describe your events. They're the community comes out to celebrate your mission and all the important, powerful things you do in the lives of children and families.
Yeah, thank you. And, I think that's what makes us really special is in everything that we do, we keep the mission at the center of it.
Mhm.
And it always ties back to the the goal, right? And that is to make sure that children are getting what they need, that families are getting the tools that they need, and that our students are starting kindergarten on par with their peers, despite the challenges that they have faced so early in their lives.
And that's so important
Right.
and kind of easy to overlook if you're not really paying attention, that getting along with your peers and that establishes such a firm foundation for growth, I
Yeah, the social
imagine.
emotional aspect of the early childhood component and our
Mhm.
curriculum is really important because it does provide those tools, right, that you might not otherwise receive if you are facing hardships in your
Mhm.
life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-regulation is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, volunteers, do you use volunteers?
We love volunteers.
Oh, good.
Everything from coming to spend time or lead activities with the children
Mhm.
to helping with events. We have an opportunity for everybody. So we would love volunteers to reach out to us on our website as
Oh,
well.
that's good. So on your website, once again, they can
Yeah,
look and
there's a
see,
volunteer
and
form.
I'm sure if it's something special, you train them on whatever it is you want them to do.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, if someone's forte is coming to plant flowers with children, we
Mhm.
have an opportunity for that,
Oh.
or just coming to cuddle babies, we
Oh,
can
wow.
certainly always use an extra hand.
That's very
Yeah.
wonderful. Good. So you said you work closely with Calm. I can see why. That's a perfect partnership.
Yeah, CALM is a great organization, and it has been a great pleasure to work with them. We not only provide services to our families and our students, but also our partnership with CALM entails reflective practice for our teachers,
Oh,
so that
of course.
so that they can self-identify, you know, possible triggers. Doing this work, it takes a lot of heart. It is very,
Yeah.
it's heart-centered work. And so it also may bring up emotions for our
Mhm.
staff. And so learning how
Right.
to work through that and
Hmm.
to, you know, I always put it this way. An unregulated adult cannot help regulate a child. So we invest in our staff and make sure that they have the tools needed to also help themselves get through anything that might be triggering, and then to help our children in turn.
Gosh, nowadays nonprofits are more and more collaborating for the benefit of the community and the people that they serve. I'm just so glad to hear that's a perfect partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great.
And do you have any other collaborations that you?
Yeah, we partner closely with so many other organizations in the community, whether that's Communify and
Mhm.
offering our Head Start program, which is a great partnership, to Family Service Agency in providing resources for our families, even to the Moxie in
Oh,
providing
oh,
field trips to our children who might otherwise not get to experience
yes.
those things. So we love partnering with organizations in the community to offer opportunities
Mhm.
and learning to our families and our children.
So, how do people find out? How do you get the word out? How does somebody, especially someone who's disenfranchised or homeless or I don't know what, how do they find out about you?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of the times we get folks by word of mouth.
Mhm.
So people in the community might tell them about Storyteller, but also a lot of referrals come from pediatricians as they are
Oh,
doing
of course.
an ACE, which is an early childhood
Yeah.
experience, or adverse childhood
Mhm, mhm.
experience a questionnaire. So they might come to us from social services, or they, like
Mhm.
I said, their pediatrician or other community resources that they're accessing in the community, like food bank. So lots of different ways that they learn about Storyteller.
Yeah, good. So let's get the word out about
Right.
Storyteller.
Right.
So, Gabrielle, we have about a minute left. Is there anything else you want our audience to know about Storyteller?
Yeah, I would love to share that we are open for tours,
Oh,
and come and feel the magic, and everything that, we do is so important, and we would love, love, love our community to get more involved with Storyteller and to have their support.
that is great. I'm glad to know. Sign up for a tour today
Absolutely.
and experience the magic. I like that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for all the important work you're doing, you and your team,
Thank you.
and thanks for sharing your wonderful story with us
Absolutely. It's
today.
always good to be back.
And thanks for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.